Hi, I'm Chris Mankoff. I am a certified financial planner. And what I want to do today is go over something that I keep seeing on social media that really bugs me. And I'm sure you've probably seen something like this as well. This particular website that we're looking at now is titled a personal pension account. And you can see here it's trying to kind of entice you into finding out what is this all about, right? So why are so many Americans rushing to the secret 401k alternative? Let's see if you qualify. Well, here's the deal. No one's rushing to the secret alternative to 401k. It's not secret. What this is simply going to try to present to you is a insurance product, an annuity. And so what we're going to look at here are some testimonials. They may or may not be real people. But this is going to try to get you to doubt your current investment strategy, right? So this is saying, in 2022, everybody was, scared. There's a wake up call. The markets dropped 20%. Yeah, everybody got scared. And yes, that did happen. But as a long term investor, right, if you're someone that still has 20, 30 years down the road, or even 15 or 20, staying the course is going to be the best bet for you. But what this is trying to do is trying to get you to doubt that. And so it's going to highlight here, a couple of the bear markets that we all remember and understand that it was very scary for people that were trying to invest for long time, like long term. So what this is trying to get you to do is question, what am I doing? Should I be doing something different? And in all honesty, this is probably someone on the insurance side of things that is trying to get um, sales, right? Sales from these ads here, which is very misleading in this point, right? So if we're looking at this and this is saying, everybody's running to a risk-free personal pension account. First off, that's not even a real account, right? That is just a title. That's rebranding. That's like saying, this fancy mayonnaise is now aioli, right? It sounds cool, but it's really just, it's the same thing, right? This is what an annuity is here. So this is saying, Americans are choosing this for more secure lifetime income, protection against market crashes. Well, here's the deal, right? If you're looking at an annuity out there, the basics of an annuity is that you're going to give an insurance company your money, right? You're going to say, here's my money. In return, I want you to give me a paycheck for this money. So really all you're doing is creating your paycheck from your own money. There's different types of annuities out there, some that will allow you to, participate in market, upside, will cap you on the downside, or some of them might even say you don't have any risk to the downside, which is great. But if you're looking at something for a long-term strategy, this may not make sense for you. With annuities, there are certain nuances in there that really aren't explained very well, even through something like this. So, for example, when you're talking about a guaranteed income strategy, typically that's going to charge, you're going to have an expense with that. That's going to be what's called a rider. Those usually do have expenses. Same thing with some of the other aspects of it. If it has a life insurance component, or if it has some sort of a death benefit component, those are all going to cost you extra. So when you're looking at this stuff, if you're thinking, okay, this is a great investment, it may not be. And you really want to take a look at what you're getting into. There's a lot of different types of annuities out there, a lot of different flavors of annuities. But one thing you want to remember is these can be very complex instruments, meaning that there's a lot of things that go on with them that are, first off, difficult to explain from the insurer that's trying to sell this to you, right? But even as a consumer, if you're looking at this stuff, it's really hard to understand how all these things work. So high level, what they're trying to do here is just get you to say, okay, listen, this is a great idea. Let's look at this personal pension and we're going to talk with someone. Well, I can tell you how that call is going to go. They're going to ask you about how your current income is, what kind of assets you have out there, and what do you want to do in terms of an income stream. What they're going to do is probably come across the table and say, here we go. Here's a proposal for you. This is what we recommend. And that's probably going to be some form of annuity. So what you want to make sure you do is ask questions, be skeptical, figure out what you're really getting into. Because what happens with these is you think you're getting something, and when you actually do purchase it, it could be too late. What I mean by that is a lot of these have deferred sales charges, meaning that if you buy this and a year later you want to get out of it, there's going to be a pretty steep penalty. Some I've seen up to 10%, some might even be 8 to 9. So think about that too. When you factor that in and some of the other expenses and the restrictions you have with this, it may not be as great as this makes it sound, right? So I want you to be aware of this. If you see this stuff out here, be skeptical. Just looking at this, what is a license, PPA? That's not even a real title, right? Again, that's more marketing. So I just want to bring this to your attention. I'm going to be doing some more of these videos as I see a lot of this stuff popping up on social media. If you have any questions or want me to talk on something else, drop it in the comments. You can also feel free to follow my channel here. I'm going to be putting this stuff up. And if you have anything specific you came across that you want me to go over, you can always reach out to me and let me know, and I will be posting more of this stuff out there. So my goal is really to help you as investors know what you're getting into, because there's a lot of stuff out there in this industry that is very confusing and very misleading. Thanks a lot.